Hello everyone, I'm here in Manila today in the Philippines in our Manila office, and I have a very important person with me, Arvind. He has been a great help to build this operation here in Manila. We are doing business here from about 3 years, but when he came and joined our team as an advisor, and with his guidance, with his advice, we were able to scale up a lot more faster in our Philippines office here. So Arvind, thank you so much for all the support that you have given us.
Absolute pleasure, Sunny, and I must say it's an honor to be with Sunny. You're an inspiration, and for all those young people out there, this is a great success story to follow, and just spending time with Sunny is an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, and when I look at you, I think our journey is the same. It started in India. I did my taxi to tech in the US, and you did your journey here as a serial entrepreneur. So now you're running multiple companies as well. And so why don't you tell the world a little bit about yourself? I'm so inspired with your journey as well, because there are so many young entrepreneurs they can learn from you, a lot of young professionals they can learn from you. So just a brief journey.
Will do. So as Sunny said, my name's Arvind. I started from India back in the early 2000s in the IT space. Got into outsourcing, built that organization for a little over 20 years, operated out of 9 countries. And then through the pandemic, also shifted and wanted to kind of share experiences of growing a company to other companies. So we set up an advisory firm where we help organizations like Sunny set up right and have a good foundation for successes in the Philippines. I have a few other business interests as well. But if I have to give one advice, it is if you don't try, you're not going to be able to know what's going to happen in life. So anybody procrastinating, stop it, get going.
That is so amazing. Now, just kind of, I learned personally so much from you how to do business here in the Philippines. Right? I knew how to do business, but not in the Philippines, and we were struggling. And now probably you can write a book on how to do business in the Philippines.
I'll take tips from you on how to write a book.
Yes. So now we did our AI Mastermind here in Manila, and thank you for joining us today. And what was your biggest takeaway from the presentation today?
No, it was a great session, and I was telling Sunny earlier on a corridor chat that the simple things make a difference. There was a few tips, and I won't share it because I want you guys to spend time with Sunny to absorb that knowledge. But it's the simple things that make a big difference in efficiency improvement, which is what AI is all about, right? Like how can you become more efficient? So yeah, great session. Thank you so much for having us.
No, thank you. And so now this country, it did really well with a lot of business coming from the Western world, and a lot of global teams building. So it's a lot of human capital. This country leveraged human capital and really servicing US market to Europe, and built a lot of businesses here, a lot of jobs here. So how do you see the impact of AI on jobs here, or the overall companies, the market?
Yeah, so you put it well. What is the Philippines' number one natural resource? It's the human capital, right? That's how this country, that's the base in which this country has been built. Yeah. You look at what's happened in the last 25 years, the impact that the IT industry and the BPO industry and the service industry has had on the economy is massive. Yeah. I think it's the number 2 or number 3rd largest contributor to GDP in the country. But we're entering a new age, and it's time for the country to adapt, right? My personal point of view is I think there's this fear-mongering that happens that AI is going to replace human beings. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Humans are there, and are always going to be there. But I think what is important is we've got to embrace this technology to become more efficient. I think the word to use there is augment human workforce rather than replace human workers. In fact, at the beginning of the session, I think you probably described it best. saying many years ago there was the internet boom, and everybody thought, what's going to happen? And now we can't live without it. It's become integral part of our lives. But also the amount of job opportunities it created was exponential. I think this is the same situation that we are in. I think that's going to happen. And especially in the Philippines, it is a well-known fact that the country is about 8 to 10 years behind in terms of catching up with the more developed countries in multiple sectors, especially in technology. But what the AI brings to the table probably fastens that gap that the country is going to take in catching up to the world, and that's how I believe it should be used in the country.
Yeah, and there are a lot of some use cases that our friends were sharing that, hey, my English is not perfect, but I just throw it now that I can be as good as any writer out there, or I can be L1 engineer and I can solve L3 problems because all I have to do is ask right questions. And with the job market, as you said, it's more of every individual being able to create more value for the world, right? The way using computer, every human being, or using a smartphone, using a computer, we were able to create a lot more value, right? So it's about embracing AI so that every individual can create more value, because when more value gets created, then there are more rewards, there are better rewards. And it's all about technology and teamwork together. So it always was teamwork. We started using technology as computers to exponentially increase our productivity. Now AI being our major technology that can exponentially kind of increase our productivity one more time in the world. So people that will adapt, they will be staying relevant. And people that don't adapt, they will be irrelevant.
Absolutely. AI is only as good as what you ask it to do. Yeah. So you need to know what to ask, and that only is going to come from a human. So as you said, it's time to adapt.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you said that, because I tell my boys now when they go to school, leave in the morning, and I'm like, don't forget to ask at least one better question today. What I'm doing every day with them is that reminding them how important it is to ask better questions. It was always important, but now with the AI, it's even more important, right? Now, so Arvind, if there's one problem that AI can solve for your companies, you're running multiple companies, what is that problem on your wish list?
I really think AI can give them better options for them to make decisions, right? Today, I think leaders or senior management in every company are scared to take decisions, right? Because of the fear of the unknown or fear of what might happen, right? I think that's a gap that can be filled beautifully with multiple tools and simpler tools, right, that are available where, again, this is something we were discussing today in our session, right? With AI, you are able to get experts opinions and views of experts that you can only dream about, or cost billions of dollars, or are accessible only to the massive companies, right? Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. Imagine you have his thought process in a problem that you're trying to solve in a small company in the Philippines. That is game changing. I really think that's going to be the big difference if adopted well.
Yeah. You have access to all those voices.
Yes, absolutely. It's unbelievable. It's amazing. I wish we had that 25 years ago.
Thank you so much, Arvind, for coming and joining our AI Mastermind. And if you don't, I'm going to share Arvind's information as well. Great guy to be in touch with if you ever need anything in terms of advisory, especially in this country and overall, I think Asia Pacific. He knows his stuff. And I'm going to share his information on my LinkedIn as well. So Arvind, thank you so much for joining.
Absolute pleasure, Sunny. Thank you for having me. And again, inspirational story. On a closing note, I was chatting to Sunny before this about a recent trip that he did with his son to the Everest. As a parent, as an entrepreneur, we look up to stories like this. So thank you so much for having us. It's a true pleasure.
Thank you, Arvind. Thank you. Take care. Hello, everyone. I have Romel joining me today. He's a local MSP, and I didn't know that MSPs exist in Manila as well, but they do. So we had our AI Mastermind in Manila today, and Romel joined us today. So Romel, thank you so much, first of all, for joining us. And so what's your biggest takeaway from the presentation?
It's very educational, very useful for us, and I do hope that we can fully utilize AI, the use of AI, specifically in our line of business.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about like how are you thinking about AI, especially in this country. This country grew a lot with outsourcing, right? With a lot of contact centers, technical contact centers, network operations center like we have here. So a lot of jobs were created here, but now AI is going to come and it will kind of. So how do you see Philippines being impacted by AI?
Well, though the Philippines hasn't really fully utilized the use of AI, if we do utilize the full use of AI, it doesn't really take away the jobs from people. Instead, it helps maximize and the utilization and the use of people. So instead of lessening the jobs, it creates more jobs because why? AI also depends on the people.
Yes.
Yes, and with the use of AI,
Yeah.
people can be more productive. Specifically, on a daily basis, we can always ask for that one ready to assist us personnel, which is the AI.
Yeah. So you always need a human behind it.
Yes, sir.
Right? And for that reason, that human being gets more productive.
Yes, sir.
Right? Yeah. So thank you so much for joining, Romel. I totally appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Alvin. How are you, sir?
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you
Yeah.
too. And Alvin is joining us from Figari, which is managed services here. And so thank you for joining our AI Mastermind here in Manila today. How do you feel about the presentation today?
Well, very quite informative. I learned new things, especially on that AI tool.
Yeah.
Been using that, but I didn't know that I can do much better, especially by using the voice. I do agree that typing it takes time, but if you use your voice, especially if you have one of these, it's gonna be really helpful and you can do things faster.
Yeah, yeah. You shared one example that you have a EA now as a companion, AI as a companion, and you call that companion?
Chari.
Cherry, okay.
I think of ChatGPT as my executive assistant
Yeah.
who helps me, check my emails, check the grammars,
Yeah.
do research. So I gave it a name and called her Chari.
Okay, and your wife was not jealous?
Oh, no. Well, because my wife's still more beautiful. Chari doesn't have a face because
Yeah. She doesn't have face and she doesn't argue.
no, she doesn't argue. She just follow whatever I instructed, and then she gives the answers correctly.
Yeah. So in your role, if AI can solve one problem for you, what is that problem?
Okay, so I've been handling IT operations for quite some time already. I would say around 30 years.
Yeah.
And in IT operations, you will always encounter those weird behavior. I call it weird problems that you are dependent on a lot of parties, a lot of technologies, and a lot of links. And it really takes time to, do troubleshoot, and you have to think really out of the box in order to find a solution. So I think the future it will be really help, if there's an AI tool that can help you drill down and pinpoint what's the problem. Something like whenever I do troubleshooting, it really helps if you have that pen and whiteboard, do a diagram, and discuss with different people, different parties, sometimes even global counterparts. Teams meeting, you do an online diagram of the network and explain this situation here. This is lag on this part. It would be nice if there's an AI tool wherein I just feed. This is the network diagram. These are the logs for the equipment. Can help us pinpoint what's causing this problem.
Yeah, and that's a great use case. And what if with the network diagram that you want, you can just probably draw it or just ask AI, AI tool that, hey, can you create a network to do XYZ,
Exactly.
right? That it can be the network architecture.
Yeah, that also, because I just describe how many users, what's the expected bandwidth throughput, what are the security requirements, and I would ask this AI to, hey, can you let me know what particular brand and model of network devices should I consider, and more importantly, how much will it cost? Because doing canvas and procurement, that alone takes some time as well, and you are very dependent on the responses of different vendors. But when you have an AI tool, it will help things you get information faster.
And you shared during our roundtable that you're already using it for your SOPs to solve higher level of technical problems, and when you're driving, now you can start kind of really say, okay,
That's one thing that I learned during this session, because sometimes when I drive home or go to the office, I have my daughter with me, and while driving, I will ask her, hey, can you type this message on my phone? But now I have this this good Bluetooth set. I was actually forced to invest with this, but it's quite expensive, but it's worth it. I will just click on my phone and use dictation. Actually, I'll just dictate, and that's it. Now that I learned with thanks for that session, now I learned that I can just actually explain this situation, and okay.
Rather than asking your daughter, you can ask your AI companion,
Exactly.
Sherry.
Yes, exactly.
So thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you so much, Aki,
Truly
for this
appreciate it.
information.
Thank you. Hey, Thomas, thank you for coming and joining our mastermind today.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me and having me here, Sammy.
So we were having the roundtable and we were discussing the impact of AI, especially in the Philippines market. So what are your thoughts? Like how AI going to impact, let's say, in the next 10 years?
Well, one of my thoughts on how AI will impact the technology here in the Philippine market is, first, of course, will be in terms of monitoring. Because in terms of monitoring, it has a lot to do with a lot of the manual jobs being done by a lot of the technologies here in the Philippines. And it can easily help them and make their jobs more efficient. And to add to that, in a bit more complex environment as well, is in containerizations. One of the challenges in containerizations is when the architecture becomes more complex, then it becomes really hard for a lot of the troubleshooting to happen. Because a lot of the troubleshooting can take hours and you don't know which part of the containerization is the trouble or where the issue is. And I believe that that is where AI can come in and help streamline the troubleshooting process, as well as hopefully identify where in the containerization technology or stack will be the problem is, and help make the resolution more efficient.
That's a great insight. Now, there are a lot of jobs here that are in the contact centers or technical contact centers, BPOs. How do you see AI impacting jobs? Is it gonna create more jobs, or is it gonna reduce jobs?
Well, I think it's going to do both. It's going to probably take away some of the more manual jobs that can be automated. But I also believe that AI can also present new roles wherein most people will be able to adapt, since we don't know yet how AI will really impact the technology here in the Philippines. But I think if new jobs will be developed for AI, like prompt engineers, voice engineers, and even people who specializes in AI, then I think that will be a new role and a new opportunity for a lot of technologies here in the country.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. That you just have to develop new skills that are AI-driven skills, and then you will be able to have a job which is a human being with AI together, working probably to create 10x result. Correct, right?
Yes.
So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Hello everyone, I'm joining from our Philippines office today, and I have our site head Manu Sharma joining me today. Manu, welcome.
Thank you, Sunny.
And so appreciate you supporting the AI Mastermind here and inviting local MSPs and local friends here. And so what's your biggest takeaway from the roundtable and the presentation that we had today?
I have two takeaways, Sunny. The first one is how we can use the voice feature for tools like ChatGPT. That makes you faster rather than typing.
Yeah.
And the second one is how you can bring three experts together.
Yeah.
And if you want to solve any problem, you want to take any advice, you can bring three experts from any industry, and you can have a discussion, a roundtable discussion, and you can have your takeaways, best takeaways from that.
Yeah. So, how are you thinking about AI adoption here in our Philippines office?
Sunny, we have been using AI with our engineers, with our L&D, but our goal for this year is to have more adoption of AI in all the departments. We actually want to have AI-ready engineers in IT by design.
Yeah, that will be great. And you have a learning development building background as well, the training division building. And that's one reason why we're successful, because Manu's background helped us to build a training institute here within our Philippines office that produces MSP ready engineers. Now, with his skills and background and experience, we will be able to bring AI to our boot camps and provide MSPs engineers that are AI ready. So thank you, Manu, for putting this together today. Thank you, sir. Hello, everyone. I'm in our Manila office, IT by Design's Philippines office today, and we had our AI Mastermind. It was great. I did not know that there are these many MSPs here locally in the market as well. And what I have learned is that with a lot of Fortune 500, 5,000 companies coming here, and a lot of other companies coming and setting up their operations, they need local boots on the ground. They need technology solution providers. So there are a lot of new MSPs coming up here. Now, why do we do this? We want to drive this conversation in the MSP channel. We are coming to all major cities. And part of my initiative to do this here is that I wanted my team to be part of this here as well, because if they can be at the center of learning AI, adopting AI, they can make a bigger impact on our customers. And our goal is to have AI engineers here on our bench. So we already included that as a boot camp curriculum here, that if you're MSP, you're looking for engineers that are MSP ready and that are AI ready, you can reach out to me, direct message me, and I will put you in touch with our service delivery team. And thank you for joining me today. We are coming to all major cities, so check our website to see when we are coming to your city, and see you there.